Okay, this week's Masterclass is on putting after what I saw JT do the last couple of weeks with his putting. If you dream about putting like a professional, a really good one, I'm talking about someone who has 25 putts every once in a while on the golf course, not 35, then you need to do this one thing. But it's difficult to do at the start, so you can't burn it straight away. And that is just keeping your noggin still. Now, the reason more people don't do this is because they are very comfortable with looking up and following the ball. It's almost like something that's in them and it's a comfort to them trying to watch the ball go into the hole. But I call this part of your body, your neck, when you putt, I call that the axle because your shoulders need to go around that axle. Now, when you watch Justin Thomas putt and his best mate, Tiger Woods, who I'm sure he's been getting lessons from, they do not move their head a whisker, not one bit. But it's hard to do. It's hard to trust that you started online and it stays online. And I've given people a lot of lessons with putting, Nick, and I don't know about you, you've done the same sort of stuff. But the anxious head, that destroys your axle. Imagine a car wheel with the axles moving around. It destroys everything. And then you've got to be handsy to try and keep the putter online. But it's almost like when you first do this, it's almost like you're putting blind. And that's the thing that I think scares people. So when you change to keep your head still when you putt, 'cause it's a very easy thing to do to keep your head still, the one thing that you won't have is the comfort of watching the ball. And that's the biggest change you'll make. Now, this will take 3 or 4 rounds. Maybe it might take a dozen rounds for you to get used to not moving your scon when you putt. But if you truly want to become somebody who, we've been talking about own your swing, if you truly want to become somebody who owns your stroke on the putting greens, then you've really got to keep that noggin dead still at all costs. Start the ball online and look up later. And then you've got a chance of having 25 putts more than once in your life. You might have 25 putts, every 3 or 4 times you play, Nick, if you're an amateur golfer.
Best drill I know for that is what we used to call the coin drill.
Oh, beautiful
where
drill.
You just grab a coin, you put it on the ground and you hit putts, and after the ball's gone, you're just looking at the coin. Actually, let me see if I've got a coin in my bag. Hang on.
Yeah, it's a very good drill. Oh, we get the picture. We know what you're talking about. You know who did that drill? Patrick Harrington. Patrick Harrington did that drill the first time he went through the tour school. He wasn't putting so good, and he did that. He hit the ball, and he would focus on the bit of grass underneath the ball before he looked up. And that's a fabulous way of doing business as well. So there is a bit of grass under that golf ball, and I hit the putt, I focus on that grass, and then I look up. So there are many ways, many tricks to keeping your head still and keeping your axle in the same place. And that gives you an opportunity to return to the ball and not use hands to keep the club face square. The more hands you use in your putting stroke, particularly trying to keep it online, I think you end up, that's where the heebie-jeebies come from. I'm absolutely certain. Because there are no hands in a putting stroke. Justin Rose tucks this in, uses just the shoulders.
He's doing multiple masterclasses now, Dan.
He has a very, very still head as well. Anyway.